I spent over $3,000 on untested video game consoles from Goodwill, and in this video, we're gonna test and fix about 10 of them and see if we can turn a profit. Guys, welcome to the
Texas Load.
Also, by the way, I have a $500 mystery Xbox 360 that we'll go through later in this video, but we're gonna start with this untested one right here, and right off the bat, this thing is, of course, very filthy. And yeah, flipping to the back here, we actually have a wow, we have a Falcon Xbox 360, not a Jasper, manufactured in 2008. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it works. Plugged in now, and of course, being an older 360, there is a chance of red ring here, but let's go ahead and turn it on. 3, 2, 1. Oh no! This is actually the first red ring I've seen in this entire lot. Wow. I'm so confused here. That was like an immediate red ring. Like I didn't even get time to even attempt to boot up. Now, something we can do here to get a more specific answer on what the issue is, we can press the eject button and the sync button a few times to get the secondary code, so let me go ahead and get that. Now, hold on, this might actually not be an issue. A 0001 is apparently a power supply issue, and looking over here, my power supply is red, so maybe, okay, hold on. Let me just try another power supply real quick. All right, guys, let's try this again. No, still red. Okay, what is going on here? Oh, wait, hold on, it's booting up. Oh, there it is. Oh, we're on NXC, yes, let's go. So what I'm thinking is there's either too much dust in here, there's some blown caps. We're gonna get into that later, but for now, let's just explore this and see if we can find anything interesting here. We got player one, super creative. Anybody else here? Oh wow, we have 10 profiles, nice. We got Enzo 23, Jebediah, nice. So first we'll start off by going to the system settings and seeing what dashboard we're on. So we're on 2.0.12.4.16. I'll put some info about that on the screen here. Next up, let's see what kind of games are saved on this console. So we have the classic ones, some trials. I think these actually, a lot of these I'm pretty sure actually came with consoles, some consoles. All right, so back to the OG player one. We've got Connect Sports, Tiger Woods 09, EA Sports Fight Night 3, that's a throwback. Yeah, so not too much on here, but it looks like this guy played Call of Duty 4 and got most of his gamer score from that. Let's go ahead and see if this disk drive opens. I'm guessing it probably won't. Okay, or it will, just perfectly. Let's put a game in and see if it works. Well, no surprise here, game booted up, no issues at all. So this console is kind of good. We're gonna go ahead and try to troubleshoot it some more and open it up and see if we can fix the actual issue. So I have this console stripped down. Let's go ahead and take off the top plate here and see if we reveal some balloon capacitors or something along those lines. And oh yeah, wow. That'll do it. Yeah, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 capacitors that are all blown. Yeah, let's take it apart a little bit more and take a closer look. All right, yeah, so you guys can see here, there's actually more than I thought. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're all leaking. The problem is, by the time this video needs to go live, I don't have time to order these, have them shipped to me, and actually replace them. So we'll do this replacement in a future video. Let's move on now. So next up, I want to do another 360, and this one is interesting. You can see the top is pretty smashed up on this grill grate, and then on the back is the really interesting part. It's got a Target service plan, which I forgot about Target service plans. Like I remember them offering it to me back in the day, but never bought one. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it turns on. Also, by the way, I did check, there's no hard drive, so hopefully we have some internal storage. The power button is loose. Ooh, but it still works. All right, let's see if the disk drive opens. Free game, maybe? Nope, but it does open. And let's go ahead and see what dashboard we're on. All right, we have some memory, actually. Oh, wow, we got some people with some decent gamer scores here. We got Christy, we got Fellow Dust 124 with 5,400 gamer score. We got player 2, player 3. Let's go ahead and check out Fellow Dust here. Let's go ahead and see if we can find out the last time this guy played. And last played game, GTA 5. Hey, that means it's played at least 2013 or newer. Oh wait, here we go. We got Hexic HD, last played in 2015. And that's like scrolling back 30 games back. So my guess is GTA 5 was probably played. I'm gonna throw 2017 out there, no idea. And we actually got NCAA 14 on here, that's an expensive game these days. But hey man, yeah, last played in 2015. So nothing too interesting on the other consoles. Let's go ahead and open the disk drive back up, put a game in, and see if it loads up. So the game's working, and yeah, the console is fully functioning despite the fact that it was clearly dropped or somebody hit it with a hammer. I'm guessing the Target service plan did not cover that, which is why I have it now. But yeah, this console and all the other consoles in this video will be listed on my website down below, so go check that out. And guys, let's move on to the next console. Now next up here, we're gonna test a white Wii, which is GameCube compatible, as you can see. Let's go ahead and check if there's an SD card in here, and there is not. Now let's go ahead and turn it on, and hopefully we get some free games here. Nope, ooh. This drive does not sound good, and there are clearly no games in there. But hopefully it reads games. That'll be the real predicament here. And booted up looks pretty basic. I don't see any hidden channels or anything. Let's go ahead and put a game in and see if it works. Oh yeah, so we got grinding, we got clicking, we got the whole works here on this disk drive. Now guys, to be completely honest, I'm probably not gonna work on any more Wii disk drives in this series because there's so many tiny little issues that could be going on, and it's so cheap to just buy a new Wii or just mod your Wii and not use a disk drive that it's just not worth it for me to try to fix these little tiny issues here. This console will still be for sale, of course, and you can buy it for pretty cheap with a broken disk drive, but let's keep exploring here and see if we can find some more interesting stuff. All right, and we have two Mii. Is this a record? We have two Miis. Dude, nobody played this Wii. Like what? How does this even become I guess, okay. I guess somebody could have used it, resold it. The other person deleted all the other old Miis and then made their own. Wait, this console was actually played pretty recently. 22 minutes back on, what was this, June of 2021? 2 years ago, somebody played this console. Dude, this person made a Mii, played one time, and then never played again. Like, let me check out the save data as well, because I'll be interested to see how much save data is here. Yeah, it's Wii Sports, Wii Play, Netflix. Not much here. So this Wii was not played much and doesn't even read discs, so kind of a crap of a Wii. Let's go ahead and move on to the next console. All right, next up I have a black Wii here, and this thing is absolutely filthy. I don't even really want to touch it. Ooh, and there is an SD card though. Hoo-hoo, 8 gigs, that's pretty big for a Wii. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see what's on it. All right guys, turn it on, free game. No free game. Disk drive sounded a little bit weird. We got all the classics downloaded here. We got the internet channel, the check me out channel. Nothing on the SD card for photos. Let's check out the save data, and maybe there's some secret games downloaded. All right, so we have save data for 2 games on the SD card. Great use of space, but at least there's some save data on the SD card, so it was used. Now let's go ahead and see when this console was last played. All right, March 2015, we've got Wii Fit Plus, and wow, they played a bunch of channels for like 1 minute each. That's funny, to try to use the news channel and forecast channel back in 2015. I wonder if you could still use the news channel and forecast channel back in 2015. We got a memo as well. This looks like something I would do when I was like 10 years old. It's just make a memo of like random letters and numbers and stuff. Here's another memo of just random stuff. And we got, what is that, 6 Miis? We're stepping up our game a little bit, but not G68:. Whoever uses console had an obsession with just typing in random numbers and letters. So yeah, this console is fully working. Again, it'll be listed down below on my website. Let's go ahead and move on to the next console. Now, something funny I wanted to mention about this Wii, or I guess just Wiis in general, is that apparently with a mod, you can actually order Domino's Pizza on your Wii, which I know if I had that back in the day when I was a kid, I would have been running my parents' credit card up to the max. Now, luckily these days, if you're worried about your kid using your credit card to spend a bunch of money on Fortnite or whatever, you can actually monitor that with Rocket Money, who is the sponsor of today's video. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance platform that helps you save more and spend less. Now, first you start by linking up your bank accounts, credit cards, whatever you want to link to the app to monitor, and then you can actually set up a custom category to monitor little Jerry's Fortnite spending. And then once you've made that custom category, you can even set a budget so you get notified whenever little Jerry goes over that limit. And Rocket Money can easily help you lower your bills. I mean, they have this built-in feature where you simply upload a photo of your bill, whether it's phone, internet, cable, whatever, and they'll negotiate it for you. Hey, I mean, the less I pay to the cable guy, the better. Now, another nifty feature is being able to see all of your subscriptions in one place. And yeah, as soon as I opened up the Rocket Money subscriptions tab, I was greeted with a $16 bill from Discord that I've apparently been paying for a Discord bot that I forgot about. So I should probably cancel that. And the coolest part is that there's some services that Rocket Money will actually cancel for you. Just press one button. So what are you guys waiting for? Go to rocketmoney.com/JacobR or click the link down below to download Rocket Money for free today and get even more features with premium. Next up, we're going to test out this PS3 Slim that has a giant Sharpie X on it, so I'm assuming it doesn't work. Now, I'm already making the call now. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to repair it. I'm just going to sell this one as is in case somebody wants to pick up a console to repair themselves. That's just, I don't know, just making the call. That's how I feel on this one. But let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it works. I mean, oh man, oh no. This thing is filthy. Holy crap. Dude, there's so much dust in this. All right, well, let's turn it on and see what it does. We have a red light here. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And wait, free game. Yes, oh, okay, that was really strange. First of all, there's definitely a free game stuck in there. And second, it turned itself off after like 3 seconds. All right, so clearly it doesn't work. Now, it still really irks me that Goodwill tested out some of these consoles and then put a giant X on them when they didn't work and said untested. But moving on from that, I am going to open this console up and see what game is in here because I'm just extremely curious to see what game is in this disk drive. So I have a feeling this PS3 is going to be dirtier than the Desert PS3 from DK Oldies, but we're about to find out here. So let's remove the top and, oh, actually that part is not too bad. Now the underneath part looked really, really dirty. But of course we are down here to the disk drive. So I'm going to pull the disk drive out. And oh my goodness, like the front of the disk drive is just caked in dust. Wow, but we'll pull the disk drive out and get the disk out of there, so see what we get for free. All right, remove the top and hold on now. There's not even a disc in there.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
It wasn't that much work, but it looks like I just took the console apart for no reason because there's no disc in there. Like I said, this console I'm going to sell as is. I'll put it back together, obviously, and anybody wants a shot at fixing this thing, then go ahead. I'll sell it for pretty cheap, but all right, guys, let's move on to the next console. So next up, we're going to do a PS3 Super Slim, and of course, it's missing one of the trim pieces here. I don't know why so many Super Slims miss the trim pieces, but they do. Now, any free, well, I was going to say if there's any free games here, but the latch doesn't work. What? All right, well, no free games. Latch is broken. Awesome. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it works. All right, let's turn. Oh, I just realized it's missing the side piece as well, dude. Why are PS3s missing so many random pieces? All right, it's turning on. Latch is still not working at all. Nice. So it did boot up, so it says cannot start. The appropriate system storage was not found. So I guess let's investigate. Well, that'll do it. What is going on here, dude? Okay, so many questions. First of all, the hard drive is gone, so that explains why it's not turning on. Second, somebody put tape on the bottom, I guess, to hold the screws in for the next person. I guess that's kind of nice. And man, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Goodwill at some point in time took the hard drive out and like separated it from the console. Because I got a comment on one of my recent videos where somebody said they bought a large lot of consoles from Goodwill and they had actually removed every single hard drive from the console. I think they were all PS3s and all the hard drives are gone, which is super sketch. But I think I have some spare hard drives, so I'll try to load on the firmware and put it in here and see if it'll work. All right, guys, there we go. It took about 5 or 10 minutes, but we are booted up to the main menu now and it's working without an issue. Of course, our eject button is still broken, but let's go ahead and put a game in, see if it loads up. So even though the eject button is broken, it should be able to still read the game because, well, I say that, but it's definitely not doing anything. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, I guess our next step is to open the console up, see what's going on here and see if we can fix it. So I have the Super Slim torn down and I can already see part of the issue. Let me just show you here on my camera. So here's the PS3 in question. So that little piece right there should be a switch that when you push this, the cover there, that little tab will hit the switch and it'll tell the console to read. Now I have another PS3 over here to show you what it should look like. So basically, you can see on this PS3 there is actually a tab or a switch that's in place. So when this pushes over, the tab hits the switch and it tells the console to read the game. This is not here, so this console won't even try to read the game. So that's the first issue. Now, of course, the second issue is the console, the disk drive tray, whatever you want to call it, doesn't even slide open by itself. So we're going to keep going down further here and see if we can figure out that issue as well. All right, guys, so I had quite the time with this PS3 Super Slim, but it is working better now. It's not perfect, but let me just explain what I did. So I didn't film it because it was just an absolute pain in the butt taking apart these gears and the springs, but basically I reseated everything and kind of spring-loaded the springed gear a little bit more because it just wasn't acting properly. So this took a while to do. Finally got all that back together. It still wasn't acting quite right, so I spent like 5 or 10 minutes just cleaning off the rails here on the sides and everything, basically everything around here, just blowing it off with my electric duster, compressed air, using Q-tips and alcohol, and it is working better now. It still needs a little bit more work, but it is at least opening on its own now. The main issue now is just getting that. I need to buy a replacement piece to swap out the PCB board so I can get the switch in there. We'll save it for a future video and I'll finish the fix then. And also, actually, there's one more thing I wanted to show you that I found inside of this console that was probably part of the issue. I found this like little wooden piece here. So it almost looks like somebody stuck a toothpick or they stuck something in here trying to mess with the disk drive or the mechanism, and I think that's what caused the start of the issue. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next console. So next up, we're gonna go ahead and open the $500 Xbox 360 that I bought from eBay, and this is supposed to be a Resident Evil limited edition Xbox 360. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. All right, guys, so here it is, and right off the bat, that box is pretty sweet. It is banged up a little bit, and by the way, this console was purchased using the profits from the Texas Load, and that's kind of the goal of the Texas Load in general, is just to buy some cool 360 consoles using the profits we make. So you can see here on the side, it comes with the console, game, controller, and it comes with like a download for the Resident Evil 5 theme. Of course, a 120GB hard drive. It actually has a date here on the side. Don't open until March 13th, 09. I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky and this thing hasn't been updated and it's still on the NXE, but here it is, guys. All right, so I really don't know what kind of condition it's in. The pictures were decent on eBay, but nothing crazy good. But yeah, we got the power brick, you got the AV cable, we have a controller here, we've got headset, and oh wait, is that 2 controllers? Could have sworn this only came with 1 controller, but Okay. This came with a Connect power cable. I don't think it actually came with that originally. I think the guy just threw it in there. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff to the side and take a look at the controller and consoles. Sorry, I meant controllers and console. Okay, so this was probably in the listing. I bought it quite a while ago, but it looks like it came with a, what is this, a Gears of War controller? All right, yes, looking at inside of there, that's definitely like rust on the battery pack. Okay, hopefully the other one is okay. But yeah, this is nice. I was about to say it's in nice condition, but the X button is stuck, so it's definitely been used a good bit. I don't see rust, but I see a ton of gamer juice here. Oof. Oh no, this thing is filthy with gamer juice all on the sides. Wow. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this console here. Hopefully that looks okay. Oh yeah, that is a nice looking console. That red looks a lot better in person than it does in pictures. I mean, it looks good in pictures, but it looks even better in person. And you even have the red faceplate, power button, everything. Let me go ahead and pull the front faceplate off, and let's see if this thing's ever been opened. All right, cool. So warranty seal is still intact, and then this thing was manufactured on January 16th, 2009, so this should be a Jasper. Yep, that's definitely a Jasper. But yeah, looks pretty good. Console looks good at least. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it works. All right, got it plugged in. 3, 2, 1. This better be another power supply issue. Hold on, in case you guys haven't noticed yet. Yeah, that's a red ring. Okay, hold on. Let me do my little trick here to see what their code is. Now I'm starting to think it's something wrong with like my power strip or something. Okay, let's try some other stuff here. Now it's doing the same thing that the console earlier did, where I put in this other power supply is 203 watts, and the first couple of times I pressed it, it wouldn't actually boot up all the way, and now it's. What? Okay, what is going on? Oh no! I just got some magic smoke. A cap or something busted. This can't be real life. Okay, so just for sanity's sake, I went back to the original 360 I started with in the beginning of the video, and just plugged in my 175 watt power supply again, and it's working fine. So, dude, I'm so confused what's going on. All right, plugged in again, let's try it again, see what it does. So now it's booting up. I'm so confused. I'm gonna have to open up this console regardless and see what busted in there, because I guess it's a capacitor just busted. The next funny thing is I guess whoever sold me this console on eBay didn't reset anything. Still got all the save data on here. Dude, this has been a wild like 5 minutes. Holy crap, there's a lot of profiles. We got Evo 9G SR, just a bunch of letters here that I can't put together. We got Splatin28 with 4,000 gamer score. Let's try out that guy because he's got the most gamer score here, dude. See if the tray opens. Yep, the tray does open. That's good to see. Dude, like that was so weird. We got a bunch of games downloaded. We've got mostly trials and stuff. Let's make sure we got a 120 gigabyte hard drive here. Yeah, appears so. Let's go ahead and put a game in and make sure it works. All right, guys, so I just want to make note here. This is the power supply I used earlier when the capacitor or whatever in here went up in smoke. And you can see it's 203 watts. And you'll also notice it's just an AC adapter. This is a third-party power supply. I did not realize I was using a third-party power supply. So that third-party power supply might be the reason why this thing just went up in smoke. It was clearly still having some issues before that, but so weird. But yeah, you can clearly see game's loading up. I'm not really going to do it. Actually, I want to explore those profiles a little bit and see when they were last played, but then we'll open this thing up and see what's going on inside of it. This goes profile. He says L4D2 almost here. I have no idea what that means. Let's see when it was last played though. It might, maybe recent. Oh no, not at all. 2009. Wow. This console, at least this guy has not played in ages. Forza Motorsport 3 in 09. Okay, hold on. Let me check out some of these other profiles. All right, this guy's profile says, I regret nothing. No bio. Let's see when this thing was last played. 2010. Yeah, so my guess is that the guy that sold me this didn't even test it. He just assumed it still worked from the last time he played. A little dirty for how much I paid for it. All right, guys, I got the console down to this piece right here. Got the screws out. Let's go ahead and take the top off and reveal what's going on inside of this thing, because I can't imagine it's anything good. 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Oh, yep, there it is. I can see. Wow, dude, I see like 1, 2, 3, 4 blown capacitors. Let me strip it down a little bit further and get a close-up view of that. Yep, guys, so that'll do it. You can see the 4 blown capacitors here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one right there is probably our culprit that was smoking. If I can focus on it, yeah, that is really bad, leaking really bad. That was definitely the one that was smoking out. You can just see it coming out of this corner here. And we'll replace it in maybe a future video or something. Honestly, should not be too difficult. Pretty simple soldering job there. All right, so next up I'm gonna do another 360 here because I'm curious if my third 360 of the day will have another power supply issue. And this one is about like all the other ones, just a black one, has no storage on the side. And it looks like it's from 2007, so, oh, dude, that's a spider. Dead spider in the power port, and it looks like it's a, oh, this is a Xenon or excuse me, a Zephyr, because it has an HDMI port, so that's great. It honestly might have a red ring. just like unrelated to power supply, but let's plug it in and see what it does. Yeah, so I definitely don't trust these 360s right now, so let me film this as I turn it on. I mean, it's already made it farther than the last two 360s. I think it's gonna boot up. Okay, that's definitely a dead GPU. So we got 0, 1, 0, 2. Yeah, 0, 1, 0, 2 is CPU, GPU, or memory. Yeah, so it's basically, you gotta reflow this console and it's not gonna last very long. It's just, there's no point in even trying to mess with this, which is unfortunate. At least it's again, at least it's a Zephyr. That's like, it's not a very valuable console anyway, but I guess let's move on to the next console. All right, one more 360, because I wanna end on a positive note on 360s. This one is pretty filthy, missing the door, no hard drive, and warranty seal is still intact, and of course it's a slim. Let's go ahead and plug it in, and hopefully this one does not red ring. I was plugged into a power supply that was not plugged into the power outlet. Okay, there we go. It turns on. Free game, please. Usually I get lucky with free games, but no free games today so far. And it's booting up. Finally, 360 without a red ring. Okay, that's a name. Let's see when he last played here. Yeah, 2013. Okay, so 10 years ago, pretty long time ago. Not many games here. We should have 4 gigs built in, and we do. Oh wow, it's got the cloud save, so it's pretty updated, pretty recent. But yeah, 4 gigs here. Let's go ahead and put a game in and make sure it works. All right, yeah, and boots right up, no problem at all. Let me actually just check real quick and see if there's any other profiles other than Mr. McGiblet. I'm so glad I clicked on this. Yeah, okay, looks like the ultimate Chad. Last played in 2013. Yeah, so not too much on here. Definitely played a little bit more than the other guy, but still nothing crazy. Oh man, finally, glad to get a 360 that did not red ring. Let's go ahead and move on to the next console now. All right, next up we're gonna do a Nintendo Wii. We got a white GameCube compatible one here. Of course, it's pretty beat up and dusty as per usual. No SD card. Let's go ahead and turn it on and see if it works. Really hope you get oh yes, there's a game inside. Finally, a free game. Wii Sports. Hey, Animal Crossing, that's a pretty good one. Now, this one is extremely scratched up, so it might not even work, but we'll give it a try. But then we got games like this that are scratched like crazy and works without an issue. So, hey, that's a good score. Animal Crossing is probably like a $15 to $20 game, I would assume. Now, the cool thing is this console has a lot of save data on it. Let's go ahead and see when this console was last played. Hey, April of 2020. That is, hey, fairly recent. And yeah, they played Animal Crossing City Folk for 7 minutes. Oh no, it's horrible. Luigi's gone, what is this from? Last thing we'll check here is the Mii situation. I'm hoping we can, I still haven't found a console in this entire lot that has like a ton of Miis downloaded. Most of the time it's like 2, 3, 4 Miis, which is disappointing in my eye. Finally, here we go. Okay, we got like 25 here, so this is sufficient. I'll count this as passing. We got Dweeb here. This is what I like. People getting creative and making weird stuff. We got fat fat G-Paw, fat grandpa. That's hilarious. Mom. That's like a classic mom look. Mr. Normal. Dude, that looks kind of like my me. Hey, let's go. And of course, in other news, the game did boot up and is working, so awesome. The game is worth almost as much as the Wii itself, but this console's working. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So next up, we got another white GameCube compatible Wii, and this one it actually has both flaps, which is a pretty rare occurrence in these days, and no SD card, but overall, this is actually a pretty clean Wii. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it works. Ooh, and we got a game inside. All right, I'm gonna guess Wii Sports again. I mean, Wii Sports is the most popular game to come out of these consoles, so. And second most popular Mario Kart. So what do you know? This one's a bit scratched up, but I've seen worse, dude. Again, another game that's arguably worth more than a Wii console itself. I love getting these mystery games in here. And booted up, we got the internet channel, Netflix. So this console was actually used fairly recently if it has Netflix on it. And yeah, Mario Kart Wii is opening up. Let's go ahead and see when this console was last played. Wait, another one in 2020? Wow. Mario Kart Wii for 50 minutes, and then that was the last time. Hey, 2 in a row with a bunch of Miis. That just warms my heart. Hot Dog 2. I love the names people give their Miis. Dude, I found Dad, and it's like the classic Dad look, as always. So yeah, Matthew here looks kind of like my Mii. Man, they're stealing my style here. And last but not least, you can see the Mario Kart is booted up and working. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you think, and hopefully we hit our profit goal. I'm not actually sure right now if we did. I'll throw it up on the screen if we did. Hopefully we did, because I want to pick up that cool console. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.